Hi everyone, my name's Tim. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you, yes you, about a book review for a book that I've just finished called Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. High fantasy, low stakes, good company. That is a perfect tagline for this book. So she's done slaying monsters, she's ready to serve coffee. So this is about Viv, an orc barbarian who is a typical adventurer. She's part of a party, she goes and she slays monsters and rescues fair maidens and slays dragons and monsters and takes gold and jewels, does all those things. Until one day she discovers this new drink invented by gnomes called coffee. She decides that she is going to bin being adventurer and go and form a coffee shop. And the entire book is about her trying to form a coffee shop. So we have the prologue, which is 3 pages long, is her last bit of adventuring, and then after that, it's pure coffee shop. She's moved to a new town. She needs to get stock. She needs to get the equipment. She needs to get staff. She needs to do up the building. She needs to buy the building that she wants. She needs to do it up. She gets involved with local kind of mafia type. There's some history with her previous adventuring party. It says low stakes, and it is true there are low stakes because it's, it's not about the end of the world. It's not about, don't think anyone's going to die, but you're not quite sure. But they're high stakes for Viv. And that's really important here. That's something that really comes across. So usually when I'm reading, if there are aspects that don't have conflict, I find them boring because you need something to push the plot along. And this has conflict. It does have conflict, but it's in a completely different way. There is still tension here. There is still conflict here, but it is underneath a warm, fuzzy layer of lovable characters. Viv, we're maybe a bit concerned that Viv might go out of business, but it doesn't really look like that. She needs to get her staff together. She needs to do all the work and it's a very positive story. Usually stories involve putting your main protagonist through the ringer, and you think, what could be the worst thing that could possibly happen to them? Right, let's do that and see what the implications are. Okay, now what is the next possibly the worst thing that could happen to them? Okay, let's do that. This doesn't do that. This book by Travis Baldree, who I think is a narrator of audiobooks and has gone into writing his own. He self-published. He published on Amazon, and then now this one is published by Tor, this version. I do like it because it's like the sign on the shop. There is like the typical American cover is there. So there's Viv and there's Tandri, who is a succubus. And that's one thing, actually, is that this isn't just about the plot of her creating a coffee shop. This isn't just about the characters. It's about the world as well, and something that Travis, the author, does quite well is you understand how this world works, and that it is a magical world. You have stone fae and succubi and rat folk, as well as humans and elves and dwarves and things like that. You see a little bit of like innate magic with certain kinds of people. You hear about the magic of the land and ley lines and things like that, which is really interesting, and it helps make the world so much more real. There's talk of a university for aspiring magicians. There's different fantastical creatures, and I really enjoyed that. But the star here, the plot is very good, the world is very good, but the star here are the characters. You really, really care about Viv and Tandri and Thimble, the little rat man who ends up doing things, and you see the progression of this cafe from being just an idea to you see more and more things being added to the menu as the book goes along. And one thing is, the book is very short. So this edition is 325 pages, but it has an introduction to the next book, Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is a prequel. It has a little interview with Travis Baldree, and it also has a recipe for thimblets, which are biscuits, and it also has a short story at the end, which acts as kind of a bit of an extended prologue to the book. So the actual story itself is 270 pages with pretty big font, page gaps, things like that. The chapters are short and sharp, and they have good pace. For a story where not much happens, it does tell it in a quick way. I never felt bored reading this at all. Ultimately, it was the perfect palate cleanser for me, because I just read The First Wheel of Time and The Chronicles of Amber, and they were big and sluggish, and a bit of a slog. And this was light and breezy and fun, and still had that fantasy element. It's low stakes, but you still care about everything because the characters are so strong, and I would really, really recommend it. So it was 5 stars from me, easy. So let me know in the comments below if you think I should read the next one, Bookshops and Bone Dust. I've heard very mixed things about it. I'm surprised that it is a prequel, to be honest, because the book seemingly starts from her being an adventurer to going into forming the coffee shop. So maybe there's some space there in between. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Hello, if you're a new subscriber. If you're not, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm on about 80 at the moment, and I would like to get to 100. That would be lovely. That would make me feel all nice and warm and fuzzy inside. There we go. Legends and Lattes. I managed to do a whole book review of this book without using the word cozy. So there we go. Anyway, I'll see you later. Get out of my house!